It's the first time it's ever happened to me in my whole life. So I think that was the shock. You know, after all the years I've worked in finance, I've never had a call like it. I picked the phone up and they introduced themselves. They were from the fraud squad, I believe, at Santander. They asked if I'd made a payment to somebody for a certain amount of money. And I thought, oh no, that's not right, because I was in the position that we did do payments and I was responsible for doing that, so I knew that was incorrect. And then they said, what we'll do now is we'll pass you through to another person. They gave me their names and everything, and this nice, softly spoken gentleman came on and he was going to talk through various different things that you needed to know. He said that he'd take me through to an online page to prove a phone number that he was ringing from, and that he'd call me from that number. And then he said, well, if you see this number, he showed me the number on the screen. I opened it up and he said, I'll call you back from this number. It all just sounded a bit odd, but he was very soothing. And I know you'll feel a little bit wary about this, but don't worry. And I wasn't sure about it at all. But I carried on, which is the bizarre thing. And then he asked for our online banking ID. And I said, no, this doesn't seem right at all. I'll need to speak to my director. In fact, you can speak to my director. I said, oh yes, that's Mark Allington. He knew Mark's name. And I said, if you'd like to give him a call and explain all this to him. He went away. And then he came back to me very quickly and said, well, I've spoken to Mark. He says, he's a bit busy today. Can I leave it with you, for you to deal with? So in the end, I said, well, I'm just going to speak to Mark while I've got on the phone. So I rang Mark up while he was on the line. And Mark said, no, I've had no calls, no missed calls. With that, the caller had heard me saying that and he put the phone down.
Janice is always very sort of relaxed. So for Janice to sound in a bit of a tears got me concerned as well.
Unfortunately, the UK is becoming a bit of a central hub for financial crime in various different types. Banks are trying to combat it, but we need customers to combat it too. The most important thing is being vigilant. If it doesn't feel right, if something doesn't feel right, is report it. At Santander, we're continuing to raise awareness to all staff in all businesses, the importance of being vigilant, raising awareness on the different types of scam and fraud that's taking place as well, and being able to recognise that.
The first thing that we did was put an email just about the incident. It's actually really important for the entire factory to be aware of the situation, because of course there's social engineering as well, where people can turn up at the door and suggest that they're from different organisations.
Santander has a dedicated page on our website which keeps customers up to date with various different types of scams, also provides the tips and what to do if you've been a victim of a scam or fraud.
A lot of people find that they never thought it was going to happen to them. I was surprised that I got that far with it and I got drawn in.